Hi family, I'm Jubilee, your community health educator here at Be Busy. And welcome back to In the Hive, the podcast where we talk openly, honestly, and judgment-free about the topics that matter most to you. Today's episode is all about relationships, of course, specifically the 7 principles of dating. Whether you're just starting to date and explore your options, figuring out your boundaries, or trying to build something that's healthy and lasting, these 7 principles will help guide you toward better, clearer communication and stronger self-confidence. We'll break down what each principle means, why it matters, and how you can apply it to your own dating life. Plus, I will share some real-world tips and examples that you can start using today. So grab your headphones, settle in, and let's get into it. Because building healthy, happy relationships starts here in the Hive. Okay, so today on In the Hive, we have special guests, Guadalupe and Jesus. Guadalupe, can you tell us about yourself?
Hi, my name is Guadalupe Hernandez. I am one of the educators here at Be Busy. I've been here for about 3 years now, and I am originally from Chicago.
Okay, and Jesus?
Hi, my name is Jesus. I'm also an educator at Be Busy. I've been here for over 3 years, and I am also from Chicago.
Awesome. I'm so glad to have you guys here today. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the principles of dating. Okay, so on our Instagram for Be Busy Hive, we have a little recap of the video. And so today I'm going to talk to you guys about it, and you can kind of tell me exactly what it means, and we'll get into it. Okay, so for the first principle of dating is finding a good match. What does that mean to you?
Finding a good match means having things in common with someone. I think there also has to be like a physical attraction at first, something that attracts you to this person, and then getting to know them, you connect or are compatible.
Okay.
And to me, I believe it's just communication. You know, I think that's a big key to starting a relationship, being in a relationship, just talking about things, getting to know each other, and just being open.
Okay, those are good. All right, the second principle is paying attention to values. So what does that look like to you?
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, go ahead, Freddie. What does paying attention to values look like to you?
As in?
Like, if I'm going to say, like, it could be political, religious, it could be, like, they're family-oriented and you like that in a person, you know, like those kind of things, like looking at who they really, really are and going from there.
Values is, someone who's just, I don't know. Y'all got me nervous right now.
That's okay. I got it.
Yeah, go.
Values can be even like habits to me. Okay. You know, like how do you treat people? How do you treat service people? Mm-hmm. How do you treat your mother, your father? How do you treat those people that are important to you, you know? Paying attention to those things. Also, their beliefs. You know, to me, I guess religion can definitely play a part in either you're compatible or not. So religious beliefs would be important to match.
I love that. Yeah, one of my friends says that he can trust a person if they are nice to their mom and their sisters. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, that's a good judge of character, to be honest.
I agree. Yeah. Yes.
So the third one is don't try to change a person into someone else, and don't change yourself for other people. So how does that one make you feel?
I feel like if they genuinely like me, they're not going to try to change me. And vice versa. If I genuinely like the person, I wouldn't try to change them. But I do think it's important to be open to constructive criticism, I guess you can say. Like if there's things that I need to work on, and if they tell me, hey, this would help you, you know, maybe be more organized, and I would take that in account for. But don't force it on me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I feel to me, it's unattractive if someone tries to be more controlling and have you do things that they want you to do. That's something I'm not comfortable doing. It should be expressed. It should be known on what that person's doing, just so they know, hey, it's not cool to change somebody, because then you're changing my character, my self-belief.
Very true. Yeah, I think that what you said is also important because it's like, yes, they can't, like the core of who I am, don't change that. That's who I really am. But if I am a messy person, which I am, and you can help me kind of like build structure and get more organized, then it's not changing me. That's helping.
Improving.
Me. Right, exactly. But if it's something that's just like, hey, don't say that. That's really weird.
Or stop dressing like that.
Yeah,
things like
something
that.
like that. I'm just gonna be like, no, I like that about me. If you don't, then do you actually like me?
Right.
And that's a big thing because again, like I love me. I love me some me. So if you can't get on board with it, or vice versa, if I'm looking at something and like everything you do gives me the ick, I'm like, okay, I guess I don't really actually like them.
You know what I've heard people say? Oh, I like this person. It's going to be my new project. That's crazy. I've heard it. And they're like, I can fix them up, change their style. They can dress better. And I feel like that's so sad. Like, why would you want to treat someone like that, right? But I've actually heard people say that.
I would, if someone said that about me and I found out, I would be like, oh, okay.
Bye.
Yeah, I'd cry. All right, the next one is expect good communication. Can you give us some more on that?
I would say be willing to listen to me. If I have, if I have to share my feelings or I just want to like vent, be willing to listen. Also be willing to support me if I'm asking for some advice or something like that. Like, sometimes people are not, they're just like, well, what do you want me to tell you? And it's like if there's a partnership or a friendship, because this is with friends too, there should be that like, obviously we know we're a good match, we're compatible, so you kind of know already what I need right now. Today I'm going through it, I really need some uplifting or something like that. So I think it's that, to me, communication is being willing to do those things for me.
Right. Yeah.
And it's also listening. Person who does want to communicate with someone wants them to sit there and listen, full attention, complete 100% undivided attention, not doing something else while it's distraction, because then you think they're listening and actually caring for what you have to say, as well as, if someone wants to talk to me because they're communicating about something like good or bad, yeah, they're gonna have my full attention because now they know that I'm listening to what their needs are or what is it that they're going through, what they've been through on that day.
Yeah, I think that it's communicating. One thing that I always tell people, or I tell kids especially, is just like, it's willing to admit that you're wrong or see that both of you could be right. You're right for your own, perspective. You're right. You could both be having the conversation and be right and be wrong. And, you have the willingness to listen and understand and go that extra step, because it's just like we could all just be talking, but if no one's listening, then we're not actually communicating.
I want to add something on that communication, because sometimes people think it's only when we're trying to resolve conflict. But I think, say we're in the beginning, you're getting to know somebody, there's so much to talk about, right? And then you're in a relationship and it kind of slows down and you're just like sitting next to each other, or you'll go on dates and you're just sitting there and you're like, so what do we talk about? Like, you don't even know how to be with each other. Oh. That is important to work on as well in a relationship, I feel, because you go into that like space of, emptiness. Like, you're like, okay, we're just sitting here staring at each other. I don't even know how to have a conversation with you. Look for things that, might be in common, interesting topics. Be open to go in deep conversations, those things.
Okay. You sound like an expert. All right, so the next one is going to be, don't play games. Don't play games, don't be phony, don't pressure people or use people. I mean, it feels self-explanatory, but you can tell me a little bit more about it.
Don't test your relationship, I would say. And this could go for friendship or romantic relationships. Some people think that, I'm going to see if they're going to cheat on me, or I'm going to see if this is a true friend. Don't play games like that. If you have a doubt, if you have something you're not comfortable with, or you're doubting that friendship, talk about it. You know, just bring it up. Hey, I've been feeling like a little left out. You don't call me. You don't invite me over. Things like that. But don't, let me call you on three-way and see what they're going to say about me. Things like that.
Wow. Was it one of the Reddit stories that we were listening to, where the girl was like, "Oh yeah, you can wear white to my wedding, no big deal," and then afterwards she wore white to her wedding because her friend told her it's fine, and then she was like, "Well, now I can't trust you. You're not loyal to me or whatever," and it's just like, why?
You put her in that situation.
Yeah,
right?
you put yourself in that situation, and it's just like you could have just been honest. You could have just been like, a true friend wouldn't wear white, and I don't have to tell you that. But I mean, that's her own preference. That was a crazy story.
Yeah, some people do like to play games, but I'm just like,
yeah, it like simplifies relationships if you just are straightforward and you like have honest like opinions and what's it called? Honest conversations. And basically not using people. Also, I just want to express on that one is like using people just to be in a relationship or using them to like fill a void or using them just to, I don't know, have someone close to you.
Have you seen people being used?
Well, no, I haven't personally, but it's all about being someone you're not, and that's where the phony comes into, because if there's someone as a friend you think you get along with or a relationship and you try to be what they are because that's what they're into, but that's not your style, my style, and you try so hard, but then you realize, is it something that you want to do? Is it something that's going to make you feel happy? Is it something that's going to put you in, like, how long you got to keep on going? So she realizes it's not what you're like, and then when the truth comes out, well, you just wasted 6 months of what,
It was all fake.
Yeah, it was all fake.
That's really good. Last one is going to be expect respect. Have standards for how you will be treated.
Respect has so many meanings to different people. Like, sometimes I find things disrespectful and people are looking at me like, that was not disrespectful, it was just a joke, or it was just plain, or don't take it so serious. So expecting respect has to be talked about, I think. Like, these are the things that are really going to make me feel disrespected, and I don't want you to do these things, like in a friendship or even with your own family, Sometimes we just let things slide because we grow up with families and we're just like, oh. But there comes a point where you're like, I'm not comfortable with this anymore. Like, I don't like that nickname that you always use, so I feel it's disrespectful. I need you to stop. So I think it's definitely something you have to really talk about so that people are on the same page with you, because it can mean different things to different people.
Yeah. One thing that I'm always reminded of is that people have different childhoods, They have different, like, backgrounds. Like, we have, sure, similar experiences, but we have specific experiences that are to us. And we were raised this way or raised that way. And, like, yeah, I love that you said, like, respect looks different to different people, for sure.
Yeah, and it's hard to show respect on the respect that you're looking for because of upbringing, or how you have relationships with other partners or your best friend, whether it's a guy or a girl, and then you get in that relationship and they're going to talk to you the way they talk to their friends or the previous relationship. And that's where it does become an issue, because then now you got to, hey, I don't like the way you talk to me like that, I don't talk to you like that, don't do it to me, I show respect, I would like the same in return, and then you could just, list or say the things that they're doing that you don't feel it's comfortable or shows disrespect when you guys are just talking or having a conversation.
Yeah, that part, like, taking that is like, whenever you do express it, and if they continue to cross that boundary and they continue to be disrespectful when you defined it, that's, I feel like, extra disrespectful and not a healthy relationship.
Or like when they do pranks or jokes, it's like there's a limit. So I feel like you have to be real careful when you go into a relationship where you're always joking in each other, like pranking each other, because it gets out of hand. Like, I was listening to crazy stories the other day, and there was a prank where there's this newly engaged couple, and they drive up to a house, and the guy's like, oh, look at this sign. What's that sign say on the outside? And there was like a for sale sign, and then it said under contract. And so she was like, what, you bought the house for me? And then she was so excited, and until later he's like, nah, we didn't, and drove off. And it's like, there's levels, you know. To me, that's disrespectful. It's like, how are you going to play with someone's feelings like that, right? So yeah, it's definitely a touchy subject, and I think it's really, those are the deep conversations you can probably be having in your relationships, you know?
Yeah,
What's
definitely.
disrespect to you? I don't know.
Yeah, I 100% agree. That's a crazy prank. I would be very happy, and then I would start crying.
Yes.
Okay, so now I do have a game for you guys. It is Rate That Relationship. And basically, I'm going to ask you, pass this one down. I'm going to ask you if you think this relationship is healthy or not so healthy. Okay? So I'm going to read a little bit of scenarios. Let me get there. Okay, so I'm going to read some scenarios, and then you can tell me what you think, okay? I'm going to play too.
Okay.
So, Jamie checks their partner's phone every night while they're asleep, but says it's only because they have trust issues from a past relationship. Healthy? Unhealthy? Okay, unhealthy, why do you say?
Like I said, it's trust, it's doubt, and pretty much that person is self-conscious, you know, of what the other person doing, which he or she could be doing nothing, you know?
True.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it's in between. That's why I'm twirling around. I can understand when people have trust issues based on, you know, maybe 2-3 relationships prior that were like really unhealthy, where there was cheating and things like that. And I think that's also something you can talk about. So it's like, hey, you know, sometimes I have this insecurity. This is something that I need to do for now. I've heard relationships like this, you know. There's actually people that I know that have done this. And they've come to an agreement where like, hey, I have nothing to hide. You can check my phone if you really need to. Also, there should be. Did you do this?
Yes, this happened to me.
But you know what? There has to be a time limit too, because I think that if somebody has proven and built that, you know, that trust, and there's no reason, and it's been a few times, and you're like, nothing, I've not found anything. Or I mean, I think then there has to be a time limit. I don't think a relationship should be based on going behind someone's back and checking their phone either. You know, you got to respect personal space, and they didn't really do anything to make you feel any insecurities, and let's build on a new relationship, right? Don't bring from the past.
Okay, yeah.
But I can see somebody needing it in the beginning. I've seen it.
Yeah, no, like I literally, this happened to me, and it's crazy because I didn't write these, but when I read it, I was like, oh. And then when I say it in class, and I'm just like, yeah, my ex used to check my phone when I was sleeping. All the kids are like, oh, that's so toxic, and I'm like, oh, I didn't see it. I didn't see it in the moment. I can look back and see like if it was past a year that we had been together and they were still doing it, and I'm like, have I not proved myself enough? Like I feel like I am a very trustworthy type of person, so I'm not sure why you still feel that way. You still feel like you need to go through it. So,
you know what I think too, though. On the other hand, because it is important to know you're ready to start a new relationship. If it's also affecting you that much and you're not trusting, then maybe you still have to heal. You know, maybe you still have to rebuild yourself to trust and all that, and it's not going to work if you have a partner. You're not going to use the partner as a guinea pig, right?
You know what? Ultimately, that is kind of why we ended, and it's weird like that you don't know that my situation, but you're like reading me right now.
I know, right? The universe.
Next one. It's an ex for a reason, you know. We're still friends, but it's not like
maybe they weren't ready to be in a relationship.
It was definitely a big part of that. Okay, so Avery and Taylor have been dating for 6 months. Taylor asks Avery's phone password just in case and gets upset when Avery hesitates. Avery eventually gives it, but feels uncomfortable. Healthy or unhealthy?
I'm going to say unhealthy.
Yeah, I have to go with unhealthy.
Why?
I mean, why does she need the password to to the phone, really. You know, if I'm asking for her password because it's trust, vice versa. You know, but if she's doing it for other reasons, then, which is, you know, nothing got to do with him, fine. But if she's doing it because she wants to check on when he's not around his phone, he's got a charger, okay, let me go see what he's doing, let me see who he's talking to, let me see who he has on social media, you know. That is an issue, you know, because then there's a trust where I don't trust him, so I got to continue to see what he's doing, even though he's not doing nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, those boundaries.
Yeah.
That one is pretty similar to the last one, but you can.
What made it to me unhealthy is the fact that she was uncomfortable and she still did it. Like I said, it could be a conversation, and if we both agree, then it's cool. But if you're getting coerced to do something just because, you know, they're kind of making you feel pressured, then it's definitely not going to be healthy. You know, somebody's kind of controlling or dictating in that relationship. If I don't feel comfortable, then why do it? So the person that gave the code, even though they were feeling unhealthy, is going to start like this trend or pattern of giving in, even though they don't really want to, and that's definitely going to lead to an unhealthy relationship.
Wow, I didn't even clock that. That's crazy. Yeah, they give it, but they feel uncomfortable. Yeah, that's coercion.
You don't really want to, then you're just being forced.
I feel like in this day and age, with the passcodes and the phones and the, you know, there's a lot of conversation that you can have about it, and you should be. But yeah, like for now, like I would give anyone, you know, like not anyone, but like a person I was dating, I'd be like, yeah, you can make a call on my phone. Here's my passcode, you know. But I also feel like they wouldn't remember it. For the most part, I feel like it's like, because it's hard.
That happens to me. I mean, I can get somebody's code, like my daughter's, and I forget. And it's like, Mom, I gave it to you last time. I'm like, well, it's not my intent to be going into your phone, so I don't remember. I just needed to make a phone call.
Yeah.
And also, you got to take into account, you know, other people's privacy. Because other people talk to you through, you know, text you, and maybe somebody else is sharing something personal, and you're here sharing your phone with your partner, and they have access to these other people's privacy too. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of
it's a big deal.
Yeah,
and
you're kind of violating
really,
other people's privacy
You know,
too.
another thing too, if they want to use your phone for look something up, just put it in your passcode and give them the phone. You know. But then the question, why'd you put in your passcode? Because it's easier if I just do it instead of telling you my long passcode. You know, so you get, and then all right, I'm done. Here you go.
Yeah, right. Like it opens up with my face. It's just that easy here.
Right here. It's done. You know.
Makes sense. Okay. Makes sense. Okay, so next one. Jess broke up with Frank 3 times over the past year. Each time, Frank begged them to stay friends. They still talk daily, even though Jess is now seeing someone new. Jess insists it's just emotional support. Healthy? Unhealthy.
So just to clarify, they broke up with their ex 3 times, so they were in a long-term relationship that was on and off.
Over the past year, at least.
And now they're in a new relationship, but they're still having contact with this ex, right? Ugh.
They still talk daily. Even though Jess isn't now seeing someone new.
Yeah.
Again, somebody that's not ready to move on, I think. Somebody that's not ready to start a new relationship.
Yeah.
I think both of them, honestly. Because, I don't know, I feel like talking to people can sometimes require a lot of energy. And if it's daily conversation or daily contact, it's like...
Might as well be in the relationship then. Get back together for a fourth time.
Okay. Sam and Devin have been dating for over a year. Sam has never posted Devin on social media. Devin has brought it up a few times, but Sam always says, I'm just private. Meanwhile, Sam posts everything else about their lives. Healthy? Unhealthy?
That's unhealthy.
Yeah,
go first, Jesus.
I think it is healthy because if he's doing all the social, relationships, hey, we're here, we're there, we're doing this, we're together, people are seeing that on social media, but yet she's not doing it, who's there that you don't want them to see doing it, see what you're doing with whom, so it's kind of a trust issue, it's kind of being secretive, and it is a questionable conversation to have, like, why am I doing it, but you're not, I'm not a social person, but yet you got all these social media platforms, but you're putting your girlfriend out there with you, and your family with you, but when it's me and you, I'm not in the picture. Yeah, so
Interesting.
That's
Yeah.
just a question I have.
And you said healthy or unhealthy?
Unhealthy. I mean, if it's a brand new relationship, I can understand. It takes a while to get to share you in every aspect. But when you're in a relationship for a good while, if you're important to me, I'm gonna bring you into my space. I'm gonna share you. You know, not with everybody, but at least, you know, like if I'm at the beach, but I never post you that you were next to me. You know, it's like why go to that extent where you're making sure I'm taking a picture where that person's not there? You know, it's like you're going the extra mile to hide me. I don't know. I would feel like you're hiding me. You're hiding our relationship. Because I would think you'd have people that you trust in your social media accounts. I mean, unless it's a business, maybe I could understand if it's a business, you're not gonna post, you know.
Yeah, true.
New girlfriend, new boyfriend.
Right.
In the business, right?
See, I thought it was healthy because Sam has never posted Devin. But then the last sentence said, Sam posts about everything else in their lives. And it's
So
like...
he's at the beach hiding just
Yeah.
taking his
Yeah.
selfie.
So they're getting everybody else involved in their social media pictures and videos, but she's excluding one person.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
it's just like, why?
Yeah,
Why are you hiding me? Who are you hiding from?
exactly.
Yeah. Unless it's like, unless it's a very extreme situation, then yeah, there's no reason to hide the person you've
Or
been with.
maybe
It
you
doesn't
have a
year.
crazy ex that's
Yeah,
dangerous and
that's-
I want to keep you safe. I
That's
don't
what
know.
I'm saying. Yeah, if it's
well,
an
then let's talk about
extreme-
it.
Yeah, then it's not about being private because it
Right.
says I'm just
Safety.
private, and you post everything. I don't know if you know what private means. Okay, last one. Whenever Mia and Jordan argue, Jordan stops talking for hours or even days. They say they need time to cool down, but refuse to acknowledge messages until they are ready. Healthy? Unhealthy?
I'm gonna go with in between.
In between? Okay.
I'm agreeing in between.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, why do you say in between?
So they communicate for a little while and then they don't, correct? And they stop talking or texting.
Yeah.
Correct.
They stop talking for hours or even days.
Okay.
And they don't acknowledge the messages until they're ready to talk.
And it's a relationship. Green, well, I mean, maybe they're just not ready for that commitment. You know, say they're in a relationship, you know, I'm going to give you your space, you're going to give you my space. You know, I don't see it as either people should worry because both want their space, whether it's hours or days. You know, which is fine, it's a relationship, you know, it's how they want their relationship, you know. I mean, they're communicating with it, and I'm sure they talked about it, you know, and hey, you go do your thing with your people, I'll go do the thing with my people, and hook up in a couple of days, in a couple of hours. All right, cool, that's fine, you know, but I mean, yeah, I don't see it as an alarming.
Okay. And for you? You're still in the middle?
Right, I am in the middle because I feel that people manage their anger differently. I would rather the person take some time away instead of, you know, arguing or trying to fix it their way or trying me to see that they're right and I'm wrong or something like that, right? So let's cool down. If they don't acknowledge the text, I mean, sometimes, because it's happened to me where I get upset, I walk away, and then we're texting, but then I get even more angry because I'm reading the text, you know, a certain way because I'm angry, and that just adds to it. So I think that's not a completely bad thing. Do not text when you're angry because that can really blow it out of proportion. So how many days, you know, like if you're going to go 2 weeks without calling me back and we never talk about it, then that's an issue, you know. That's why I'm in between because we have to come back and talk about it.
Okay.
But I think taking a time out is not unhealthy.
I think that saying days is crazy. Like saying like, I'm not gonna speak for you for days because of something that happened days ago. I feel like a good 24-hour window should be all you really need. But like, especially like, I don't know, I talk to my partner every day, you know? So if you're not talking to me, it's just like, it's gonna make it worse for me and my like overthinking self, or like, I don't know. I feel like having days feels like a lot.
It could be 2 days though. It could be 2 days. 24 hours is good. I think it could be 2 days and it's fine. Because you have to think, man, I lost my train of thought when you were talking about.
Oh, no.
But, damn, went away.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys are like living together or something and that person's not talking to you for days, I feel like that's toxic.
Oh, just came back.
Go ahead.
So what I was going to say is you've heard people say, oh, if you want a happy marriage, don't go to bed angry, right? You've heard people say that.
Yeah, I've heard.
And I feel like that's such a misconception because sometimes you need to like just cool down, go to bed, even if you have to sleep in the couch, it's okay. It's not the end of the marriage, okay? It doesn't mean divorce. But having to, we're gonna fix this problem tonight and it's 2 a.m. and you're still arguing and arguing, it's like you're not getting rest. You gotta go to work the next day.
And that's gonna get
now
solved.
you're in a really bad mood, you're tired, you didn't resolve anything, you were just arguing because, oh, we were told that we have to go to bed happy, we cannot go to bed mad. No, you need to get your rest, you need to go to work, you need to function the next day, cool down. So taking even 1 or 2 days, I think is not the bad.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad because I even thought about, hey, we're arguing. We're ignoring each other. I'm in one room, she's in the other room. If we go to bed and not say nothing, is that okay or not okay? You know, but I think it is okay because of what, Guadalupe said, you're just gonna more fuel to the fire. You're just gonna explode. If you get that day's 24 hours rest, talk about the next day and come up from work, then you can sit there and have a normal adult conversation about the issue from the day before.
Right, because you're forcing a solution when it might not come that night.
Yeah. I do want to add, though, I feel like it also matters what is being argued about. Because if it's something simple and then you ignore me for 2 days, I'm just like, so we literally can't have a healthy relationship. Like, it was something just like the color of, I don't know, the shoes you're wearing or something. Like, it didn't match your outfit and you're angry for 2 days, I would be like, this is definitely not what I want for my life.
You ordered the wrong burger and you brought me the wrong burger. I'm so mad. Don't mess with my food.
You're like, no, yeah. If it's something like that, then no. But if it's something where it's like it actually does require a lot of thought and a lot of like thinking about like really delving into how you feel, how I feel, and that's again where I feel like you can both be in the right, again, because you both have your opinions and your perspectives, but having to talk through it and actually, solve it, that makes it a better relationship.
Yeah, and it has to be talked about because it reflects the relationship. We don't talk about it. I don't talk about it. She don't talk about it. What's going to get resolved? Nothing. Then the next time you have an argument, that and the new argument is going to come about, and it's just going to be more of
it'll pile on.
Yeah, it's going to pile on, and it's going to make matters worse when it comes to relationship. I can't get do with it. I'm tired of it. We can't communicate. We don't communicate. We don't resolve one. We're on to the next. And, and then, that's a big issue.
Okay, well, that was the last scenario that I had. So thank you guys for coming. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having us. I had a lot of fun.
Thank you. It was fun. It was good conversations.
Okay. Wow, what a great conversation today. A huge thank you to our guests, Jesus and Guadalupe, for sharing their insights and experiencing with us those 7 principles of dating. Thank you for listening to In the Hive. We'd love for you to tune in next time as we keep bringing you real talk, tips, and tools for healthier lives. Stay connected with us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and X at BeBusyHive for updates, resources, and more great content. So until next time, be educated and always check in with the Hive.